Hello and welcome, Mr. Damanjot Singh. Sir, would you please tell us something about yourselves?
Hi Akshita, I am Damanjot Singh and by profession I am an optometrist. I have done my graduation and masters from Bharati Vidyapit Pune. I completed my masters in 2006. Then I started with my career with the corporate like transitions, then moved to from Barcelona moved to transitions, then I moved to S Law. 2016 I started my PhD and I'm on the verge of completing it. And along with that my PhD, I'm having my own practice in the city of Amritsar. I've got two practices over here as well as I'm doing as a professional faculty, guest faculty to many of the universities like Chitkara University, City University, and Chandigarh University.
Sir, I have to say you're a man of many talents. So, moving on to the topic at hand, stigma, myths, movies, and spectacles. Recently, I saw a girl. She must have been around 5. She was just crying and refused to get her eyes tested due to the fear of getting glasses. And if she got prescribed glasses, she would be bullied at school. And this made me wonder, so have you ever been in a situation where a patient just walks in and they are reluctant to get their eyes tested and are like, I don't want to get glasses, they make me look bad?
Yes, Akshita, it's a very common myth. Still, though we have moved to a very highly educated society, but still people take it as a myth that the spectacles doesn't look nice. And especially if you see about the rurals, people don't want their girls, especially not to wear the spectacles. They prefer that they should remain without spectacles if they have even an error, just because of the myth of that they won't look nice, they won't get a good match when they are at a marriage age. They don't let their eyes get checked because in case if they get checked and if they found there is some error, they are bound to wear spectacles. In case if the moment they found there is some error, they just look for an option of either contact lenses or surgery simplified. They just want the spectacles to be done to the kids. Now, apart from that, parents, even the kids do have a myth that they won't look nice when they wear a spectacle. The young kids, they don't prefer because they may feel that the classmates of theirs, they may tease them being as a spectator. So it's like a myth because the kids they always make fun of each other when they see something new. So when there is something new on the face, people prefer to give some teasers to the people who wear spectacles for the very first time. Now it's a very very common challenge. Yes, though we have come out of the society because post this lockdown, people are making these plain spectacles with the blue cut lenses just to have a better protection when they work on the screens for their online sessions. So this myth has getting down to a little extent because now even those who do not have a prescription they prefer to wear these when they are on the system. But the concern would remain because now these spectacles are just being worn when they are in their indoors, when they are at their home, and they are wearing a spectacle only when they're working in the online classes, and nobody sees them. But we don't know how well it will work when they will wear these and move to the private, I'll say the outside world. Would they mind to wear these or would they prefer to wear these? Somewhere it is being considered as social status also that people want to look more professional, so they wear the spectacles even if they don't have a prescription. But the percentage is still very, very low. Majority of the people, especially the girls, they are little considered about their looks, so they don't prefer to wear the spectacles unless until the symptoms goes on a higher side. So if they have a minor errors like point 0.5, 0.75, symptoms are like on and off, they have a headache, they have visual disturbance. So they still prefer not to wear spectacle, or if they wear only while doing a very typical task like working on the systems, missile devices, reading books, watching TV. So of course, this is a big myth. Slowly it is coming out. We are heading toward education society where people believe that yes, eye care is important. We should not more be considered on the looks. And there are so many fashionable frames where one can really get look attractive. They can look nice. They can look smart. So they should come out of this. But still, if you see people who are in the rurals, when they come to us for the eye checkups, when we do their reflections, when we find there is some error in their eyes, they still believe for their girls, even for their boys also. They believe that if there is a small number, let's not make them wear spectacle. We will make it corrected. We will do some exercise. We'll put some tonics. What tonics? We have no clue. But this is what they believe that yes, they'll make their eyes correct. So we may have to wait for another 1 or 2 years to get back to us when they have any error.
So, can you tell us some more about these kind of patients?
Especially if I start with the kids. Now, kids do not want to wear them because they never worn something on the spectacle, and when they know that when they'll wear these, their classmates will make them tease, so they never wanted to wear it. Now, it's a surprising picture during post this lockdown, just because they're not going to the schools, they're mostly in their home only, and they're doing their online classes where they don't get to see each other. They are still not very much hesitating. They're still okay, and they want to wear them. They can wear them. They feel that yes, it is comfortable. Now the question will come when they will start going to the school. Will they wear them in the school? That'll be a question. So many of the kids, when they come to us, if the error is not big, like it's 0.5, 0.75, even at 1, they prefer to wear it only when they're at home and not in the schools. So we insist them because they have to see the blackboard clearly. So they have to wear it. Sometimes we have to tell the parents to tell their teachers that they make them bound to wear the spectacle when they're in the class. So it is always a myth for the kids. Yes, we cannot force them because they are too young. We have to be even apart from the wearing spectacle, they hesitate to even get their eyes checked. They don't want to sit on the chair, even the doctor chair. They don't want to sit on that. They prefer to remain with the mother, and they will hesitate ki what is going to happen. Probably it is not about ki they will get a spectacle. It is a hesitation of what will happen to them. Will I do some injection to them? Will I give them some medicine? So these kind of questions always arise in their mind. So they always have a little kind of a fear in their mind. Should they go for eye checkup or no? Then we remain polite. We offer them some sweets, chocolates. We belly with them. We ask their names. Be friendly with them. Slowly we say, okay, don't sit on the chair. Stand next to the chair and try to read. Once they try to read, then we say, okay, let's be comfortable. Sit and then read. So step by step, we make them comfortable when they where they should be open to us. They should talk to us because when they come to us for very first time, this is one of the profession where we have need their time. In any other medical profession, doctors do not need too much of time from the kids when they want to give any treatment to the kids. They just have a problem, they get a medicine simply. But we need their responses. We need to make them read the charts, tell their problems, how they chart, read the chart usually binocularly, everything. We do the refraction. So we spend around 20-25 minutes with each kid just to get the best possible things from them. So we have to get pally with them so that we can convince them of what we are doing. We can convince them for what we are looking for in future from them. Rather it's on a diet plan, it is on a habit plan, like not watching devices for long hours, then wearing a spectacle if it is really required in during the online class, or probably in the real class also. Probably when they go to school they need to wear them. So all this is it's like a planned thing what we do. We need to start up with the just sharing jokes sometimes we just are their good friends. So get pally with them. So the first comes is a hesitation to sit on the chair. We make them comfortable to make them sit on the chair. Then we say, okay, fine, let's play a game of reading the ABC individually. So we show it as like a game. We are doing some fun with you. We are doing games. And then multiple other things also which we share with them. Slowly, when we get to pally with them, they help us to read the charts. When we found there is an error, then we look for autofraction, retinoscopy. We all do do all these subjective and objective fractions. And once we feel that yes, there's a refraction required, and then we need to give the spectacle, then we have to convince them that they won't look nice. So probably in the beginning, what we do is if they feel hesitation while wearing them in the school, we just ask them to start wearing at home only while doing their work, study, laptop work, book work, whatever they're doing, watching TV. Once after 10, 15 days, 20 days, we feel yes, they're a little comfortable with the spectacle. In that case, like this is what we do. We make them wear the spectacle only when they are at home. After 10, 15 days, we call them back. We make them feel good, that they look nice. We click their some pics. We show them their pics that they look so cute. We show other pics also of the kids who are wearing spectacles so that they should feel comfortable that wearing a spectacle is not making them look bad. People may not tease at them. We appreciate our team, appreciate them, their parents appreciate them. They're looking very, very good. Finally, what they feel is no one should tease them. That's the only concern of the kids. So that's how we go for the kids. When it comes to the elders and the adults, when especially for the girls, they're always concerned about their looks when they've got the prescription.
Mhm.
In the urbans, they do not have a myth of wearing spectacle more, but they are concerned about their looks more, that they should look nice when they wear a spectacle. So we've got an ample of trends for them. We have got an ample of collection for them to make them look nice. Shells, rimless, plastics, metals, all these kind of frames what we have, we can offer them with nice bright colors where they look a little more trendy, they look more fashionable. Again, the hesitation is more that they won't wear them while they go into the parties because they do their makeups and all that. So they prefer to wear them when they are in at home or their work session. We still feel if the prescription is not very high, it is 0.5, 0.75, even up to 1, they can avoid them wearing while going into the parties. And for the parties, we make them offer the lenses also. But at regular days, at their work session, they prefer to wear spectacles. We make them convince. The biggest challenge comes when it comes to the rurals because there the parents are not willing them to wear the spectacles. So sometimes because of lack of education, they don't know about the future outcomes of these not wearing spectacles or the wearing refractive corrections, what things are going to happen to their eyes. So there's a challenge we have to convince, we have to make them understand if they don't wear a correction today, what is going to happen tomorrow, what kind of symptoms they can get in future, and what worse it can happen to the eyes, kind of amblyopia or some other visual deprivation, all these things, or some astronomic symptoms or some other typical symptoms can arise if they don't wear spectacles for long hours. We share them the global population also is losing 326 billion every year because of visual depreciation. So people who don't wear proper correction, the visual efficiency get downs, and because of that, globe is losing 326 billion every year. So we share them these kind of things. We make them understand that yes, today is no more a stigma. We need to make them wear to keep the eyes healthy for the future also. So today probably they are concerned about the looks, but they need to be concerned about the future that if they want to continue with their work or life in future with a good eye health, they need to wear the corrections, probably in the form of spectacles or contact lenses. So begin with, we don't give them the lenses. We say them always to wear spectacles, get habitualized, get the prescription, get stable. Then we can think of a next mode of treatment, which is contact lenses. Some people always look for a surgery that the moment they will cross 2021, they will look for a surgery. We really don't, we just share the pros and don'ts of surgeries, and then it's their personal call what they look for. But yes, this myths are getting down for sure because the education is going on a better level. So people are understanding that yes, wearing spectacle do not look them make them bad, and as comes books, they may have to wear the spectacles in future. And just because the society is increasing with the spectacle users, people see that more often people are wearing spectacles. So this hindrance of not wearing a spectacle is getting down with the time, and people are acceptance to this spectacle uses.
Sir, a few days back, I actually watched a movie, a Bollywood blockbuster, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. And this time I noticed something which I hadn't before. It was that the main heroine couldn't hold on to her hero, even though they were in love. But later on, when she ditched her spectacles, the hero suddenly found her irresistible. And it set me thinking that is there some way that we can make not wearing spectacles unfashionable? I mean, we all know there protective eyewear is so beneficial. Like we have one with anti-glare, one for pandemic too, and we need one while driving or reading or studying, etc.
So yes, there are especially the girls. They want to look good. Of course, the looks matters to everyone, not to that Bollywood actress. Probably to everyone. Yes, the looks
Yeah.
matters. When we get up, when we get ready, we always look in the mirror that we should look nice. So people should be easy to talk to us. They look forward to talk to us because if I won't look nice, people may feel uncomfortable to talk to me. So of course, looks matters. Though it's not everything, but yes, they matter a lot. There are two things. One, if I look for eyewear, if I look for a spectacle, I have to look for something which will look good on my face, not for
Mhm.
something which is either too big or too small or it's a little outdated one. Now there are so many trends on the spectacles that one can look much nice when they wear a spectacle. Even there are people who says that I just want to wear a spectacle for the sake of looks. They feel their looks
Mhm.
will get enhanced when they wear a spectacle, especially for the people who have got a dark eyes or the dark circles beyond the eyes. They want to hide the dark circles. So for them, the ideal option is spectacles, even if they have a prescription or they don't, because that is the only one thing which can hide their dark circles. I hope you agree to me. Okay, and
Yeah.
yes, there are girls who prefer to wear not to wear spectacles and something else like contact lenses or LASIK surgeries just because they don't want to look bad. That's why if you'll see that during the wedding season or the parties, kitty parties, night parties, people don't wear spectacle much and they wear prefer lenses. There's always an option. Of course, we don't deny that this option is bad. It's always a good option because when you are a little prepared for some occasions where you want to look on your, where you want to be focused on your looks, and you know that so many pics are going to get clicked. Somewhere you get a reflection on the lenses, though we get the best lenses, but still some reflections do remain, and there is always an obstacle in front of your face as a frame. So when you want to get rid of it, you need to look for some other option like lenses. And it is always a good option, but still there is a lot of hygiene compliance things what you need to look after. So it's always a better option of wearing a spectacle for the daily routine and wearing a lenses for the night parties. Now, about this Bollywood actress, you said when she was not wearing a good spectacle, she was not being get attracted by that guy, and then moment she removed that, whatever she wore, she was very much being with that boy. Of course, looks when they look enhanced, you look much smarter, you look much better, you are attracted to others. But the thing is like it also depends what kind of spectacle you are choosing. There are some nice spectacles which you make them which make you look very nice, very good, attractive, and probably the different looks. So it matters with the choice of things what you are looking for. So either you're looking for some trendy eyewears or a simple eyewear. But in case if you feel that some of the occasions don't want to be worn with the spectacles and you want looking for a contact lenses, there's always open option. You can always look for it.
That's a great way, sir. The thing we are talking about, the stigmas related to spectacles and myths, what are your views on tackling this issue? Like, how can we uh, do something that changes this mentality of people, and we can encourage positivity towards eye testing. Like people don't want to get their eyes tested, right, because of these myths. So what can we do to encourage more positivity?
See, we are doing campings where people don't take, especially they don't spend time to come out to a clinic and get their eyes checked to our hospital for a checkup. So initially, what we are doing, the government, which is Vision 2020, the what we were doing as a project, what we were doing under it is, if they are not coming to me, I'll go to them. So in short, like I'll be visiting the colleges, schools, camps, banks, NGOs, BPOs, or everywhere where I see a cluster of people who are residing, and then I'll do their screening to make them realize they have a problem. Many of us do not know they have a vision problem. What they believe is that what they can see is the best what they have, because they could never compare that yes, what they are seeing today, there is something which can be better than this also, because they never came up for the eye checkup. It's just like if I'm young, why should I go for a diabetic checkup, or why should I go for a hypertension checkup? I believe I'm perfectly all right. So, but it is always advisable that once in a
Yeah.
year you should get your all tests done just to be sure of, because now in the days you'll see that the hypertension and diabetes are getting common in adults also. Though the percentage is very low, but the things are moving up into it. Similarly, they are not aware that they have got a prescription unless until somebody bring them over here to get their eyes checked, or I move to them to do their eye checkup. So the one way is we should move to them if they're not coming to us, because if they feel that they can see well, I need to go check them and tell them yes, whether you can see well or there is some lack of vision where you can enhance your vision. Everyone want to look good. Everyone want to look better also, and everyone want to see much better what they can see today. But probably they don't realize. I can just give you an example. Around 6 years back, I've got a Spanish patient. She was an Indian staying in Spain. She was doing her MBBS over there. She came for her father checkup, eye checkup. After doing her father eye checkup, her father just said that why don't you get your also eye checked? And she never got them before, ever. Ever means ever. She felt everything is perfectly fine what she can see. The moment I make them sit on the chair, I saw, you'd be shocked if I'll tell you that her refraction was more than 10, minus 10 myopia. So it was more than 10 diopter refractive error. She was not aware that she has got a refractive error, and she never knew that she can see something better than this. And she was doing MBBS. I asked multiple questions. Was she able to watch TV clearly or Blackboard clearly? She was a front bencher. She always used to sit very ahead of the class, and she was able to manage the vision. She was always like in watching TV in front of by being close to the TV and holding the books quite close to the eyes while reading. And she found this is the habit. Even the parents did not really bother much to see whether she has some difficulty, and they, because they were like villagers moved to Spain, they believe that yes, whatever she is doing is the common habit a kid do have, because she never complained and they never got her to for eye checkup. At the age of, it was around I think 19 or 20, she came to me and she had a refractive error of 10 diopter at the first go I found. So these kind of things are there because they don't realize they have a problem. So unless they come to us or we go them and check their eye, they will never get to know there is a refractive error, because they believe that they are perfectly all right. Similarly, if I ask you, did you get your diabetic checkup ever? Maybe not. Or how many of adults have been doing this? Yes, it's because like we believe that we are perfectly all right. Unless until we get it checked, we never get to know. So counseling is one of the second mode of doing these things. We need to make them understand, even if you do not have a problem, you should come for a regular checkup after a year, because second most organ which you are using in your body is your eyes. After the heart, the eyes do work the most. Fine. So they should keep the eyes checked every year as a regular checkup, just like you get your vehicle serviced every 6 months or 1 year. Just because you use them, even if you don't use, if it is a year, you should get them checked. Similarly, eyes should get checked after a year. The third, we need to tell them kind of symptoms what they can look for. So, like in the class for a school kids, we always teach the teacher that if you feel the kids cannot see the blackboard from the back, they copy their benchmates or the next students. Or if they try to come close to the blackboard and then they watch the blackboard, that means something is there. If parents notice that the kids are watching TV when they're quite close to the TV, if they make them sit at the back, again they come close, that means some problem is there in the eyes. If kids rub their eyes so often, or their eyes get red, or their eyes get watery, or they get some symptoms like headache, heaviness, these kind of symptoms should the initiative to get their eyes checked immediately. Now these symptoms can be there in the kids, adults, any age. So different modes are there to make them realize that they should come for an eye checkup every year and looking for a symptom. Even if you do not have a symptom, just come for a regular checkup. Now, we are rarely we see people just come for a regular checkup. Rarely. Still, we see that 99.9% patients come to us when they have a problem. They feel there is some vision problem. This is because the gadget use has gone up, so the strain has gone up. So just to check the eye strain, why there's an eye strain, people come to us for an eye checkup. The best part only thing happen is if they are accompanied by their family or there's some other partner. So just they are in the clinic, so they feel that okay, if I'm in the clinic, let me get up my eyes checked also. Especially nobody come to get their eyes checked regularly. But yes, if they are accompanied with some patient, so just because they're inside the clinic, they feel okay, let me also get my eyes checked, so they get their eyes checked. Elsewise, still there's a lack of counseling. We need to do a lot of work to make them counsel about eye checkup because they are using the eyes at the most. Or if they have a symptoms, without ignoring them, immediately they should come. Sometimes parents feel if their kids complain about their headaches or something, kids are just making malingering. Malingering means they're just lying. There's no reason, there's nothing, just they're saying that. So many times we find that parents come with their kids, and when we ask them how often they have been finding this problem of headache or some symptoms, they says it has been a year, but they felt that this is just a lie, but by a kid. So they never took it seriously to get their eyes checked, and they delayed it for a year. So these are things are can be cleared up with the counseling, proper counseling to the parents. And yes, if they say anything, there may be something, so better not ignore and get it checked immediately. So these counselings, regular checkups, doing eye camps in the societies, BPOs, banks, NGOs, schools, colleges can really help us to get this myth out that yes, there is a problem. You need to get it rectified. You need to get it checked and be regular on getting these eye checkups every year. If I say year, at least they'll come after a year, but at least there has to be a good reminder after every often duration.
Thank you so much for joining us, sir. You really told us some interesting bits and gave us insightful information. It was a great session, and we hope you will be a part of Optician India in the future too.
Thank you. Thank you, Akshita.
Thank you so
Surely.
much, sir.
Take care.
You too, sir.